Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Facebook, business Facebook page, Tailor Made Training for You, Gwen's Boy Mindset, my YouTube channel, Twitter, FIMP group 50 and over. To all the places that I'm streaming, Twitch this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You are now in the no judgment zone, excuse me. You are now in the no judgment zone with me, Sean Taylor, discussing topics with no judgments, discussing topics with no judgments. So today's topics we're talking about growth mindset and fixed mindset. There's a difference between the two. Again, before I get into this thing, listen. This is YouTube. This is a podcast that it's a non-judgmental podcast. It's discussing topics with no judgments. It's the no judgment zone. It's called the no judgment zone for a reason. If there's anything that you don't agree with, you know, you are entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to disagree. We're just pretty much just talking here, not putting people down, no derogatory statements, not pointing our fingers, talking about people's business and acting like we got life perfect. The person who is talking to you right now is perfectly imperfect. And I don't do the judgment thing. I just don't. It's just best. I've lived this life long enough to realize it's best just not to judge people. It took me a long time to get what my mom was beating into my head all those years. But there's reasons why you should not be judgmental. And when you are, you open up a whole can of worms about yourself. So you just put yourself in a bad position when you are judgmental, because when that thing flips over, yeah, you don't like it. So it's just best not to judge nobody. So anyway, enough of that. A little bit more about this growth mindset and fixed mindset. So let's take this from the fitness realm of things. I maybe got about 30 minutes before the next person comes rolling in. So I'm not going to be before you long, but let's take this from the fitness realm. I was having a discussion with my client from Philly. We have great conversations. So we were talking about, and we were just conversing back and forth in between sets. And she was like, "Johnny, you need to write that down. Johnny, you need to write it down." So she was taking some key points based off our conversations. Like, "Sean, man, you throwing out some good stuff." So one of the things, as she was working out, and I was like, "Oh, good set, good set, good set." So she was just like, "Oh, that set sucks." I said, "Listen, no negative talk. We ain't doing that." And then I said something, didn't even realize that I had said it. Didn't think nothing, no big deal of it. But she pretty much just was like, "Oh, that's dope. You need to write that down. That's a good nugget." So I was telling her, I said, "How can you be good at something that you've never done before? How can you be good at something that you've never done before?" So we have to change our negative narrative of what we say about ourselves. When you're doing something for the first time, no matter what it is, how are you going to be excellent or proficient at it if you've never done it before? So she was doing an exercise today that she'd never done before. So she beat herself up over it. And I was like, "Girl, it's still a good set." "No, no, no." I said, "Listen, don't beat yourself up over it. How can you be good at anything that you've never done before the first time you do it? It's pretty much impossible, but we do that. We have to change the narrative of the way we think. You have a fixed mindset, and then you have a growth mindset. Fixed mindset speaks like this: I'll never look the way I used to look in college. Everybody in my family is big boned and heavy. I'm always going to be heavy. I'm never going to be a size 4, a size 6, a size 8. I'm never going to have a small waist. I'm never going to have lean muscles. My body fat is only going to be it's never going to be in the healthy range. It's always going to hover over it. If you keep saying these things from the fix when you say these things, they're embedded in your mind. It's a fixed mindset. And people wondering all the time, why things happen, but where we mentally sabotage ourselves based off what comes out of our mouths. When you have a fixed mindset, your mind is pretty much closed. It's not open because everything is set up in your mind. It's fixed. It's cemented. This is how it is. This is all it is to my life. This is my final destination and point in my life. This is it. I'm never going to get any better. I'm never going to grow at this company. This is it for me. I'll never be an entrepreneur. I'll never have my own business. I'll never have the high quality job. I'm only going to make this certain amount in my life. You are you have a fixed mindset. So you have to change the narrative, and it starts with what comes out of your mouth. Quit speaking these things over your life. Quit speaking these things over you. You have to the thing when you have a fixed mindset, your windows of possibility, you pretty much have shut them and bolted them down. That is it for you because your mindset is fixed. When you have a growth mindset, the beautiful thing about a growth mindset, the growth mindset is always open, it's always thinking about the possibilities. A growth mindset is like, okay, you know what? That set wasn't as good as I thought it was. My second set is going to be better. My second set was all right, but my third set is going to be better than my second and my first. And then you just go and kill it. A growth mindset speaks on the possibilities things. A growth mindset speaks from a place of faith, hope, belief. A growth mindset speaks in a place that it's right now from the physical sense, it's not there, but it's going to happen. Why? Because what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep planting the seeds. I'm going to water it. I'm going to till the soil. I'm going to do everything I need to do to make sure that this thing that I want comes into fruition. That's a growth mindset. A growth mindset is always open. It's never closed. The mindset is always open. It's never closed. The mindset is open 24/7. It's never closed. It never takes, open mindset never takes time off. It never takes days off. It never takes vacations. A growth mindset is everything is a possibility. A growth mindset looks and seizes each and every day as if it's a brand new mercy, as if this is a day that's going to blow out yesterday. That's a growth mindset. Growth mindset looks at their bodies like, yeah, I weigh 300 pounds right now. Yeah, I've been fat all my life. My body fat has always been in the 40s and 50% range. But that ends today because today is the beginning of my new journey. See, that's a growth mindset. A growth mindset is like it's time out to be lazy. It's time out to stop complaining. It's time out to quit whining. It's time out to quit feeling sorry for myself. Oh, the old war is me attitude. I'm the a growth mindset automatically thinks it stays in the realms of optimism. It stays in the realms of optimism, no matter how bleak things look, no matter how grim things look. And when things are looking so grim in every area of his life, a growth mindset says, and it thinks outside the box because it stays open. It says, yeah, things are grim. Now I'm gonna become the grim reaper, and I'm going to wreak havoc off of everything that's not going around right in my life. And I'm gonna turn this thing around because I'm gonna constantly keep having those self-talks with myself. My mom used to tell me this. She said, it doesn't matter if nobody in the world believes in you. All that matters is if you believe in you. It doesn't matter if nobody in the world supports you. You keep supporting your dream and your visions and keep reaching towards your goals. It doesn't matter that people you deal with in your life, every day they got a different personality. They have no consistency in who they are as a person. They have no consistency in who they are as a woman to the man or the man to the woman. Don't matter what them fools do. Just keep believing in yourself. Know what you bring to the table physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, intellectually. Know what you bring to the table, Sean. Forget everything. Listen, Sean, if that's what this person is, you have to wash your hands with the matter. That person's not the person for you. Don't get upset. Don't get angry that you feel as if you wasted time. Just move on. A growth mindset is so different from a fixed mindset. A fixed mindset, it's birthed from a place of negativity. It speaks negativity over everything in their life. Every day is something. They never happy about nothing. It is it's not nothing is good enough. He ain't good enough for her. She ain't good enough for him. I mean, it's always something. They got a problem. A fixed mindset has a problem for every positive solution that comes about. And you have to ask yourself the question, do I have a fixed mindset, which is a closed mind, or do I have a growth mindset, which is an open mind? It's a beautiful thing about optimism because optimism equates into the another word, that word of faith, hope, belief. It's hoping. There's something about that hope. You don't ever want to lose that. There's something about that faith. You don't ever want to lose that. It's something about that optimism. You don't want to lose that. It's something about that open mind. You never want to lose that. Because once you become closed minded, you become set in your ways. And the only person that can change you is the man that sits high and looks low, and yourself. You have to want to change. A person has to want to change. Anything can be changed. There's nothing impossible in this life as long as the mind is open. Once the mind becomes closed, the possibilities is done. So if you are beginning on your fitness journey, don't sabotage yourself with negative talk. If you have fallen short, don't sabotage yourself by constantly worrying about the setback. And see, here's the beautiful thing. On your fitness journey, if any of you have struggled, any of you have looked the best, and now you're back looking at your worst, if you did it once before, you can get back there again. Yes, does age play a major part in things? Yes, age, genetics, all these things play a major part. Trying to figure out what's your top peak point of when you can maximize your exercise activity to see when you're going to maximize the results. I spoke about this before. Some people love to work out in the mornings. They're at their highest energy peak. Some people like to work out during the midday. They're at their highest energy peak. Some people like to work out in the evening, at night. Their energy is at their highest peak. You have to figure out which one is my best one and go with that and stick with that. You have to listen to your body. You got to listening to your body is getting mentally in tune with your body. Your body's going to talk to you if you listen to it. But you got to get mentally in tune. I tell you guys all the time, I preach this all the time. I don't know why people can't grasp parts of this or whatever, because the reason why people can't get the answers to the test, because they haven't opened up the places in that fixed mindset in different areas within their mind. They haven't opened up that door. They haven't opened up that window. They haven't opened up that closet. They haven't opened up the garage. They haven't opened up, everything is closed. That's why the answers that the same thing have been repetitive, redundant in saying a positivity about the mindset they can't get. How can you go from 300 pounds to 120, 30, 140 pounds, look your best, then you fall off and you get back in that same predicament or a worse situation, and all of a sudden it's impossible for you to get back there when you've already done it once before? So if your life and the history in your life has shown and proven that you've gotten your body in the best shape in its life, you can't do it again. And when you've already done it before, you've been through everything, you've done it before. So if you've done it before, what makes you think you can't do it again? I'm waiting for the answers. Please tell me the answers and make it make sense. Because if you got your body into its best shape ever, why can't you do it again? What was different 5, 4, 3 years ago that's so different now? That's something you have to ponder. That's something you have to figure out. And you have to go back to the formula that worked in everything, in how you ate, and how you exercise, the things you didn't do, the things you did do when you didn't see your trainer. You took the initiative. You thought outside the box. You had positivity quotes all over your house, in your bathroom, in your bedroom. You spoke, you hung around people who were just constantly breathing positivity into your life. So what happened across those lines? What happened over those years that made you resort back to your old habits get back to that bad weight or even more weight than you were previously. What happened? So let's get to the root of the problem, dig it up, figure it out, rectify it, start a new beginning, and we don't look back. You have to get back to the things that got you there in the first place. You got to get back to that. And you got to be consistent with it. See, back then, when you had setbacks, you cried through it, and then boom, the next day you were better than you were the previous day. Now you just wallow in your self-pity. Now you just constantly talk about negativity. Now you just be like, oh, I'm so fat. Oh, I'm so out of shape. That mirror that you look at in anywhere, your house, in your car, wherever you are, that mirror is cold-blooded and it is going to stay cold-blooded. It is going to show you exactly what's in front of you every single day. But you have to change that. Setbacks are a part of your fitness journey, people. Let me repeat that. Setbacks are a part of your fitness journey. There will be setbacks. There will be difficult days. There will be days where you break down. There will be days you don't feel like working out. There will be days that you want to quit and give up. You have to push through. You have to thug through what you feel. Because if you succumb to your feelings, if you succumb to your feelings is going to set you up. If you succumb to your feelings will set you up. Your feelings will have you constantly missing out. Your feelings will have you constantly living and reeking in failure. Your feelings, you have to thug through what you feel. Anybody that I've known in this fitness industry that I personally know have had setbacks. But here's the difference between you and them. They didn't stay in the setback area. They didn't stay there. They didn't wallow in their setbacks. They didn't wallow in their self-pity. They didn't constantly complain day in and day out. Somebody asked me, Nadia asked me this morning, she's like, Sean, she asked me how many years I served in the military. I'm going to get back to what I was saying. And she said, did you see an adjustment? And I told her this and she laughed. Did you see an adjustment between military personnel and civilians? I said, I'm still adjusting to civilians after all this time. Why? I can speak on the Army. I can't speak on the Air Force, the Navy, or the Marines because I wasn't in those branches. I was in the Army. I did JROTC in high school, so I was familiar with the green, the olive drab. I was familiar to the Army and the sayings and the slogans and their tactics. One thing I loved about the Army and how it changed me, it was basically shut up and do it. Just shut up and get it done. That's the difference between the military I was in and civilians today. They just can't shut up and do it. They got to whine and do it. They got to complain and do it. They got to bitch, moan, scream, and yell and do it. Every day they got to, even their attitudes, their demeanor, their personalities, there's no consistency. They complain about everything. See, in the military, one thing about, again, let me speak about the Army. I don't want to get on nobody else. I ain't talking about nobody else's branch. But one thing about the Army, they ain't have time for you complaining, bitching, moaning, and whining, man. That's what I loved about it. You just can't quit on it. You got to endure. You got to persevere. If you ain't, you finna get deployed and you're in a wartime situation, it is what it is. You're just going to have to pray your way through and know that your brothers in arms is watching your six constantly. The brothers I served in wartime with, I would fight and battle with those same brothers because those brothers watched my six. I knew them brothers had my back. When I got out of the military and came in the civilian world, I said, man, this thing is different. I should have saved my black ass in. It's one of the biggest regrets is getting out of the military before retiring. I should have did that 20. It's one of my biggest things. I just like, man, because it's still an adjustment. And the adjustments is in the attitudes, the personalities, the complaining, the bitching and whining. That's all they do. Nothing is good enough. Civilians will walk into your establishment and tell you how they want you to train them. And they out of shape from the word go. They don't know. They ask from Charmin tissue paper, but they trying to tell you what they want you to do. You've been doing this thing since you was in 7th grade, but they still trying to tell you what they want to do. Body ain't even close to nowhere to perfection or even excellence at this point, but they still trying to tell you what they trying to do, how they want you to train them. Listen, man, if you had a better way, you already be there already. If you knew everything when it comes to fitness, it'd already be done already. If you was that proficient in exercise science and physiology and you knew the anatomy of the body, your body would be perfected already. There would be nothing out of place. But you don't. But people do. This is what people do. Civilians are something else. They are something else. And but when I deal with people on a regular basis throughout the time since I've been in the military, I'm like, they wouldn't have made it. They wouldn't have made it. They wouldn't have made it through boot camp because their attitude sucks. One thing about the military, it's going to make you or break you. My uncle told me that. He said, it will make you or break you. But Sean, you built different. You're going to breeze through it. And he was right. Boot camp was nothing to me. I ain't going to say, I'm not going to disrespect it and say, oh, it was a joke, but it was nothing to me because I was prepared and over-prepared and prepared and over-prepared again. It was stuff that I've been doing pretty much all my life that I just trained myself to do. I was mentally strong because of the people I had in my family who made you mentally strong, who was tough on you on purpose. I tell people all the time, man, when you see a woman raising boys to become men, that woman got some strength. I can tell you that because, hell, she really don't even understand a man, but now she's teaching them a boy to grow up into a man. That takes strength because you don't even understand the adult man. But because that schmuck that you can't find who ran away from responsibility, you don't know where the hell he at, you got to step up and raise these boys into men. I was always asking my mom and auntie and my grandmother, I asked each one of them, why are you so hard on me? Why y'all be riding me and Lynn like this? I had to be about almost 17 at the time. Or I think I was 17. I went to each one of them, each one of those women, and I asked, why do y'all ride me and Lynn like this and y'all don't ride nobody else like this? Each one of them. My brother probably don't even know this. I don't even know if I taught them about this. Each one of them said, because y'all can handle it. Y'all can handle it. You and Lynn are the strong ones. You're very strong. You're more mentally. My aunt and my mom used to tell me all the time, you're more mentally strong than you even realize. And I didn't realize until I was adult, the things I've seen, all the death, all the things you go through. And I was, they voices always in my head, you are mentally stronger than most. The average person probably couldn't go through what you went through, Sean, and endure what you want to endure, or just be mentally messed up about the things that you've seen and experienced. But just because life deals you a not so good hand or a difficult hand for most, you can't live in a situation with a fixed mindset. You got to have a growth mindset. I never look at the situation, no matter what situation I'm in, and I'll look at, okay, that's it for me. That would never come out my mouth. That would never come out my mouth. The reason I tell people don't speak that negativity over your life and your situation, your circumstances, and what you got going on in the present is because my mother used to always tell me, Sean, don't say that negative stuff out your mouth, because once you say it out there, now you make it, you make it alive. Now you make it work against you. This is like simple laws of attraction. What you say out your mouth, you kind of can that you speak life into it. You speak it into existence. People sabotage themselves all the time on their fitness journey because they keep speaking negative things. Oh, I can't do it. I can't. No, you keep going because practice is going to make it perfect. You got to keep going until you get it right. You got to keep going until your form is right. You got to keep squatting until your feet are flat. You got to keep squatting until your feet are flat. You got to keep squatting until your hamstrings and glutes work for you and your lower back is not working for you. When you squat, you need to be looking straight ahead or up, because if you're looking down, wherever you're looking, that's where your body gonna be. It's the same concept as the body following the mind. When you are squatting, if you're looking downward, your torso is going to be this way. It won't be upright. When my torso is upright, when your torso is upright, when you're doing a squat, your hamstrings and glutes, your legs are being activated. But when I'm looking downward, then my body's going down. Now I'm putting that pressure somewhere else that it don't belong and wonder why I feel the way I feel. Your whole body is connected together. So you're doing certain exercises, you're going to feel it in certain places. Why? Because they coincide, they're working together to get through the particular exercise that you're actually working on. If you don't know something, get with somebody who's better at it that can teach you and educate it, then you can learn. But you also have to be able to be open-minded, to have a growth mindset, to retain the knowledge that's being taught to you. If you have a fixed mindset, that person can show you 1 billion times and you still won't get it. Why? Because you don't have active listening skills to comprehend where they're coming from, and your mind is elsewhere. That's why I say all the time, before you work out, mentally prepare yourself before you work out. Before you walk through that gym door, mentally prepare yourself as you drive into the gym. Get mentally prepared to get dialed the hell in. Because once you mentally prepared, you get dialed in. When you get mentally prepared and you get dialed in, baby, let me tell you something, man. When you get mentally prepared and you dialed in, when you dialed in, this is what mentally preparation going to the gym looks like. I ain't got time to look at the chick with the shorts riding up her ass, seeking attention. Enough about me. Let's look about me and talk about me. I ain't got time to be looking at you. I'm mentally dialed in, because that hat pulled down low. That means I ain't trying to see you, bro, sis. I ain't got time to be talking to you. I'm on a mission. My time is limited. Every day, Monday through Friday, I'm on a schedule. Because you ain't on a schedule and you could do certain things. Don't judge me because I'm on a schedule that I don't have certain time allotted to shoot the shit with you. If I'm going to the gym to work out, this is the uniform. This is a part of the uniform. I will not step foot in no gym without this hat pulled down low so you can't see my eyes, because I'm focused. See, when you focus, your body start define your actual age. You got to be focused. No matter what going on in this brother's life, I don't care if I was working 3 jobs, I'm going to hit that gym. I don't care if I had 50 kids, I'm going to hit that gym. I'm not giving myself no out. I'm going to hit that gym. I'm not giving myself no excuses. I'm going to hit that gym. I'm not giving myself no procrastination. I'm going to hit that gym. You have to get to the point of getting out of that fixed mindset and get into the mindset of growth to understand the better I get my body in shape, everything else is going to fall into place. A lot of people don't have their priorities together. There is nothing more important than your heart beating. The more in shape you are, the more physical you are, the more you eat right, you can take care of your family. You could be top-notch productive on that job. You have that confidence. Your mindset is in such a good, positive place because you getting this, you working on this. Working on this creates endorphins. Working on this gives you a different mental acuity. Working on this gives you a certain confidence. Working on this. Don't neglect this. Once you neglect this, everything else is going to start getting neglected. This is going to start getting neglected. You don't take care of your body won't take care of you. But if you take care of your body will take care of you. But when you go to the gym, you got to be focused, baby. Be mentally prepared before you go see that trainer. Don't bring your bullshit to him or her and expect them jokers to be therapists for you. Be an adult. This is what adulting is. Adulting has a lot to do with compartmentalization. You put stuff in the boxes and you deal with those things at this proper, the opportune time. Why would you go see that trainer with a nasty ass attitude? You walk in there and you giving them person an attitude the minute you walk through the door. That person ain't seen or talked to you all day. What do your problems got to do with that trainer? What do your problems got to what does that job got to do with you bringing that home to your wife and giving them attitude like they're your boss, but you gonna go and you gonna crap on them and treat them and neglect them a certain way based off of what you're going through at work? How would you like that flipped on you? You wouldn't like that. And they never come home and dump their day on you. Why? Because they're the mature adult. They got enough common sense to leave that nonsense right there at work. You bring that stuff home, now you bringing that whole attitude home and you jumping on that person, they looking at you. Now you done caused an argument. Either you're gonna be, some people ain't man enough or woman enough to say, I'm sorry, but it's like, you know what, that's on me. I brought that stuff from home and I gotta learn to leave that at work. Because now I'm coming at home starting a wildfire, messing up everything that we got. Why? Because you got a fixed mindset. You got to get into the growth of mindset and see what inside that growth mindset is common sense. Yes, I know we live in a world where common sense ain't always common, but in the growth mindset, common sense lives there. It dwells there. In a fixed mindset, nah, it don't. Fixed mindset, they see it how they want to see it. Fixed mindset is my way or the highway. Fixed mindset just stays on negativity. A fixed mindset, oh no, I ain't never gonna be this, I ain't never gonna be. That's a fixed mindset. Fixed mindset is like, no, that looks too hard. I can't do that. You already talking yourself out of something that you ain't even ever tried. How do you know if you don't know how to do something if you've never tried it? How do you know you don't know how to do it? Can you try it first? And try it again. Try it again. Try it again. And keep trying until you get it. People ask me all the time, have you always squatted as low as you squatted? Nope. But that's how my trainer trained me. He said, I'm going to train you until your squat gets as deep as mine. And it took a while, but I got him there. And now that's the only way I can really feel my squat. That's just for me. Because that's for me, that mean that applies to you. Some people got bad knees. Some people can't squat past that plane. As long as you're in there getting to work, that's all that matters. Don't worry if you can do it like him or do it like her. As long as you're in there getting to work, doing the best that you can, that's all that matters. Exercise is nothing but preservation of longevity. It's preserving your life. It's making your heart stronger so it can warn off certain things that the average person go through. Your healing, your recovery is going to be quicker when it comes to you getting sick than the person that doesn't exercise at all. Exercise boosts your immune system, which no one was talking about when COVID first hit. And you got your conspiracy theories, you got all that stuff, man. That's I'm not getting in there. I'm sparing myself the back and forth with you. That's not what this is about. But what you got to understand is this. Your growth is predicated on your thought process. Let me retort. Your growth is predicated off your thought process. That's where your growth comes from. Me and my client was talking to him this morning. I had to remind her, I said, listen here, fitness is 99% mental. It is. And I'm going to break down the why. I fell in love with doing push-ups and sit-ups at 11 years old. I knew nothing about a mindset. I knew nothing about, the fancy words that exercise science and physiology, kinesiology, all that stuff brings. I knew nothing about that. I knew nothing about the musculatory system. I knew nothing about the heart. I'm 11 years old. I knew nothing about that, but I fell in love with how it made my body feel. That may not make no sense to y'all, but I'm the one that's living in the shell at that time at 11 years old. It made sense to me. I fell in love with it and never looked back. Never stopped. From 11 up to now. 52 years old. Never stop. Stop one time, 25 years old, over a relationship. My mom said, don't ever do that again. Do the things you love. Don't let no person, place, or thing, no woman, no marriage, no nothing stop you from doing that thing that I've always watched you do since you was 11 years old. That's your love. That's your passion. It makes you happy. It makes you feel good. It gives you peace. It gives you solace. Don't never get away from that. And I never stopped. Only one time in my life, I was 25 years old over the breakup of somebody, and uh, I'll never do that again. Ain't nobody worth me stopping and taking care of my body because they not in my life no more. They divorced me and they broke up with me. Oh well, whatever. Got one, get another. Oh well, whatever. It is what it is. You ain't happy, you gotta do what you gotta do to make you happy. I ain't got no beef. I ain't got no beef with you, Smooth. Do your thing. I ain't no ill intent. I ain't gonna be bashing you on social media and to my family and my friends or whatever. My family and friends pretty much find out things after the fact. So that means I don't go running and talking to them about my problems with you and every move that I'm making with you. That's play. And if you're a grown up doing that, stop playing yourself. Everybody don't need to know everything and every move and every stroke and every in and out that you do in your life, family or friends. You want the sanctity in what you got between a man and a woman. How about keeping your mouth shut? Keeps the sanctity there, keeps the sacredness there. When you blasting everything and you want everybody to know everything for bragging rights, that's just dumb. An old Jedi mind trick. Oh, you're not talking about this person. Oh, you're hiding. No, dude, because I like peace. I don't want what I got to be disrupted. No, play that old weak ass Jedi mind trick on somebody that really gives the two shits. Because I did that's that blowing having people all in my business. I did that stuff in my 20s and 30s when I was young and stupid and wondered why I couldn't have no peace. The less you know about me, the better my life is. If I want you to have a seat at the table of my life, I'm going to invite you. And if you don't have a seat at the table of my life, that means you are uninvited. It's just that simple. Y'all got to quit playing yourselves out here, man. Go from that fixed mindset to a growth mindset in every area of your life. Some of you guys, you play yourself in your relationships, you play yourself at work, you play yourself with friends, you just play yourself. You play yourself when it comes to your body, you neglect it. And then you complain. How do you get your body to a certain place of to where it looks deplorable? And then just which makes no common sense, then you complain about how you look when you're the person that did it. You got to go back to that accountability mirror, and that mirror gonna tell you why. That's all on you. It's a conscious choice. Every day you wake up, you can choose to be happy, you can choose to be sad, you can choose to be mad. You can choose to be positive, you can choose to be negative. You can choose to dwell in the past, or you can choose to move on in the present, to move on into the future. Every day is a choice. You can choose to be an asshole to somebody, or you can choose to be nice. Every day is a choice. You can choose to lie, or you can choose to tell the truth. Every day is a choice. You are choosing. There is nothing that's impossible when you have a growth mindset. Everything is impossible when you have a fixed mindset. Your mindset is fixed. You ever heard that word fix, like fixed income? Just fix, fix, fix. That means that's what it is. Some of y'all have a negative fixed mindset. That's what it is. Some of y'all have a problem for every positive solution because you have a fixed mindset. That's what it is. Some of y'all walk around that you should be catered to. That's what it is. You got a fixed mindset. Your life ain't good. Your life is uninteresting to yourself unless you're following things that's trendy. That's a fixed mindset. You believe everything that society tells you. That's a fixed mindset. You don't even think on your own. You base your moves and decision off public perception. That's a fixed mindset. You still harboring and holding on to everything that went wrong in your life in the past. You still wallowing in it. It happened. You still dwelling in it. That's a fixed mindset. Things ain't gonna change until you change. You have to change the narrative in your own individual lives, people. You have to change the narrative. No one can change that narrative for you. You have to work on your mental. Nobody can work on that mental for you. You have to change it. You have to change your mindset from negative to positive. No one can do that. There are so many things in your life that you are the only person that can man that control station in your life. You. No one can do it for you. One thing I love about fitness, you have to earn every single thing about it. Nobody can give it to you. That's what I love about it. That's what I love. I love, love, love about it. You you can't go buy it. You can't go buy good body fat percentage. Sorry. You can't go buy great inches. Sorry. You can't buy lean muscle. Sorry. One thing about love about fitness, you gonna have to earn it all through blood, sweat, and tears. You can go get everything sucked up, sucked out, tucked in, tucked up, enhanced, blown up, decrease, whatever you got. Whatever you can go do anything you want to your body. Go shell out $1,000 for the cookie cutter approach. Go do whatever you want to. But baby, I'm gonna tell you now, you can't get away from that work. You can't get away from that work in that gym. You can't, I'm sorry, you can't get away from that work. Yeah, you can go get your stuff tucked and sucked and all that stuff. Well, right. Shit ain't gonna be tight though. I can tell you that right now. It is not gonna be tight. I can tell you right now. I mean, anyone who's been in this industry definitely got degrees in it can look at your symmetry and be like, something about that is way off. No matter how much you done sucked and tucked, do what you got to do. But you ain't gonna never be able to get away from this work in the gym. I don't care who you are. You ain't gonna never be able to get. There's no ways around it, baby. There's no ways around it. But one thing you could get around that fixed mindset of yours. Quit sabotaging yourself in the way you think and the way you speak, man. Quit doing that. Quit doing that. Don't entertain the positive. Excuse me. Don't entertain the negativity. Stop doing that. That's fixed mindset just gravitates toward the negativity, man. You got to have a growth mindset, man. If you want things in your life to change, man, you have to do certain things in order for them to change. You have to put change into activation. You have to work on change on a daily. Setbacks are part of your journey. It's a part of it. Embrace those setbacks because setbacks give you a chance to work on redemption. People really think once they fall off that they can never get their body looking better than it ever was before, better than it was when they thought they was at their best. But you got to challenge yourself, man. And if you're not willing to challenge yourself, of course it's not going to work. It is what it is, baby. It is what it is, man. Listen, um, just get out of that fixed mindset, man. Quit sabotaging your thinking. Quit sabotaging your life. Just quit sabotaging yourself, man. At the end of the day, it's just not worth it. It is not worth it whatsoever. Y'all stay up, man. I will catch you guys on the flip. Listen, please like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Gwen's Boy Mindset. You follow me on TikTok, TaylorMade2169, at Driven Not Motivated 21 on Instagram. You know, hey man, like I always say at the end of every segment, I'll start judging people once I'm perfect too, but since I'm in no danger of ever becoming perfect, you'll never have to worry about this brother ever judging you. Have your self-talks with yourself daily. Train your mind daily to get out of that fixed mindset into a growth mindset. The self-talks, man, are paramount. You have to be your own hype person. You do know that, right? See, when you love you some you have to be your own hype person, your support system, your belief system, betting on yourself. One thing I can't stand is depending on people for anything. It drives me crazy. And it forces me to keep going so I ain't got to ask for nothing. Did that before, did those things before, man. Those things blow up in your face, man. No, you ain't got, I'm good. You ain't got to do nothing for me. I don't need you to talk about what you done did and throw it up in my face later. That's what people do. So listen, if I can't get it done, then it just won't get done right then at that moment. But it will get done eventually. It is what it is. Because when most of the times when people help you, they have an agenda, they have an ulterior motive. And when they throw it back up in your face later, man, you already know they've already exposed themselves. You already knew what it was about. Fitness is about sacrifice and commitment. You have to sacrifice and commit for what you want. Sacrifice and commitment doesn't come from a fixed mindset, that comes from a growth mindset. Because a fixed mindset ain't about the sacrifice and the committing to anything. If you can't commit to yourself, you can't commit to nobody else or nothing else. You got to be able to commit to yourself. Follow through with the commitment you made to yourself. If you said you want to lose 100 pounds, lose those 100 pounds. If you say you're going to work out 3 days a week, work out 3 days a week. Commit to yourself. Commit to the commitment of yourself. That's what it's all about. Go from the fixed mindset to the growth mindset. I catch you guys on the flip, man. I catch you guys on the flip. Keep it positive, man. Stay upbeat. Minimize your circle, man. Get around people who are positive. Stay away from those negative people, man. Negative people will drain you. They are nothing but energy vampires. Stay away from negative people and protect your energy at all costs. Protect your positive energy at all costs. Sometimes you just got to cut a man or woman loose because they want to be in that negative realm, man. And they will bring you down along with them if you're not seeing it. And you have to see it not from the physical sense, but from the cerebral standpoint. You got to see that. You got to feel that energy is constantly like, man, golly, is this person ever happy about anything? And what that's going to do over a period of time is going to bring you down. So you got to be mindful of the company that you keep. Negative people are toxic as hell. I'll catch you guys on the flip, man. Y'all stay up. Peace.